What a beautiful day. Look at all that snow, it's gorgeous. So in my first video of the year, I am doing one of my favourite things, which I very rarely get to do nowadays. And that is bring Woody outside and chop things. So behind me, we've had a big branch down off a tree, which is partially blocking the road. And I've got guests checking out of Carriage Cottage this morning. And so I need them to be able to get past the driveway and be as safe as possible. So being outdoors, it's lovely. All chopped up with a little pile of wood. Look at those lovely little flowers coming up. This will be a shock for them, this weather. Beautiful. I've forgotten what they're called. And I've moved all the branches off where my daffodils are coming up. As some of you know, I get very upset when horses stamp on my daffodils if the girls are taking them down to the fields. But yeah, all chopped up and ready to be put in little Arthur. So I've just sent Tracy and Bailey off with a mouse. I am not a fan of mice at all. We put Humane traps down and we've caught one, and it has to go 3 miles away, otherwise they make their way back. Tracy was off to Grange and I've just made Bailey go and pick it up because I can barely look at them. But I don't want to kill them, so I'd rather rehome them. We had lovely guests check out of the cottage yesterday and they left a great review, which is always nice, and they really enjoyed the little hot tub here in the snow. That's one of the best times to go in a hot tub. I'm now going to empty it and clean it, and so it's ready for Friday, when actually I'll refill it Thursday, so it has all night to heat up on Friday for the next guest's arrival at 3 o'clock. There's quite a lot of equipment that needs to be used for the hot tub. So I've got a water pump to take out the water. I've got a wet vacuum to take the very bottom bits out, and then cleaning equipment and obviously a hose reel. So here's a little video of what it takes. So apologies for the wind noise. I'm just about to go and give the sheep some treats. Tracy kindly has fed them this morning and given them some haylage. And I can just see, oh yeah, I can just see Pfizer there in the background. He can see me, he can hear me. And I expect he'll come running anytime soon. Pfizer! Yes, in! I've got some treats. This track is a little muddy and I have on occasion gone right over, but I'm hoping I don't this morning. Hello, Zenica. Hi, Pfizer. Would you like some treats? Yeah. Oh, Zenica. She always lets Pfizer eat first. Probably because she has no option. There you go, Zenica. Oh, it's all going on the ground. I'm now off to take the Mini for its MOT. Fingers crossed. It needs to be done so that Tracy can use it to drive down to Manchester on Friday, Thursday, can't remember which day. You lose track of the day sometimes. But anyway, I'm going to Kendall. I'm going to get it MOT'd, and whilst it's being MOT'd, I'm going to sit in a cafe and do some work. So, a trip back from Kendall. Woody's come out and I managed to pick up a few bits that I needed. I needed to buy some resin bonding to fix something into stone, and I bought the sheepies some food. They'll be grateful for that. Sadly, the Mini didn't do so well today. Bless it. Yeah. We were very lucky to be given it last year, so we cannot complain one little bit. But yeah, I think it's going to go over the rainbow. What are you doing, Woody? What you doing, Woody? Right, I'll get this up to the top barn. The hills look so pretty behind me, with the tops, with the snow on, and then the green grass of the fields below. So it's been a busy day, and I did manage to sit in a cafe and do some work. What we have here at the farm is quite a complicated setup because we have 4 different entities. The first entity is the family trust, which owns the farm, and of which my sister Tracy and I are trustees. So that means that we're responsible for keeping the farm in the family and maintaining it, and if possible, restoring it to its former glory. We also have Greenbank Farm holidays, which I run, and that enables us to actually live on the farm. So it brings in an income throughout the year by renting the house out so that it can pay the bills, the heating bills, the electricity bills, just for the house and the cottage. Then we have Black Horses Limited and of course the Friesian experience. So Black Horses was started many years ago by Tracy, and the Friesian experience sanctuary for the horses. So the horse side and the holiday side and the trust are all completely separate. So this year what we've done is, because we all moved into the house, because I don't have a house booking for a couple of months, unfortunately. Fortunately though, it means we get to live in our home, which of course it's a proper house and has proper beds and it's lovely and warm. Not living in the static in the winter is a massive bonus. So this is why I've rented out the cottage to give us a little bit of income coming in, and it's been really nice to see people's reactions. The guests who visited us have tended to stay for a couple of nights, a Friday and a Saturday night, and we did have a 4-night booking over the new year. I was just turning around to show you this beautiful sunset here. So hopefully I'll get a few more cottage bookings. I have some booked in already up until the end of March. The hot tub is on hire for that duration. So during my coffee shop working environment this morning, whilst the Mini was being looked at, I managed to look through some of the trust documents, chased up the accountants for us to have further information so we know how we're going to apply for a mortgage to rebuild the shippen. There's a lot of information to look through, and legal documents take a bit of getting used to. The language used is always slightly difficult to read. So having looked through those in the coffee shop and read all the relevant information, chased the accountants, I am now off to remove the Christmas decorations from the cottage. I've come in to take the Christmas decorations down, which is always a sad day, I think. And I was just thinking about Michael. He's in Egypt, 24 or 26 degrees, I think, the temperature. Lucky him. And how lovely will it be? Oh, that's not a very good angle. How lovely will it be when we get Hoyts and Jubba's house and garden finished? So you can see the back of the barn here from the sitting room side of the cottage. And you can see the snow up on the mountains there. It'll be a beautiful view again, without any piles of stone and bits of building rubbish lying around. Today has been an admin day for Freya and myself, and we're both feeling tired because it's exhausting sitting at a laptop all day, isn't it? Yeah. So Freya, what have you been doing today to help?
Started off doing filing for the trust in Greenbank Farm holidays in the cabin, and then checked bank transactions with my heated blanket.
With your heated blanket?
Yes, the essentials.
The essentials, yes, because it's a bit chilly in the cabin, isn't it?
Even with the heater on, yes.
Yeah. But your heated blanket is working well?
Yeah.
Excellent. That was a good Christmas present.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Then what did you do?
Came down here, sat with you in the kitchen.
Where it's a little warmer, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I just did the prices on Greenbank Farm Holidays website.
Yep.
And then checked Airbnb prices, and then learned how to use Zero accounting systems and uploaded invoices from Amazon.
Well done. Yeah, so Freya's been busy. I've spent many hours, literally hours, trying to sort out HMRC accounts, because Greenbank Farm Holidays has had to become VAT registered, and it's proving to be a little challenging, shall we say. And I was getting so frustrated, I wanted to tear my hair out, didn't I? Oh, it was so frustrating. What else have I done today? Trying to find out how much it's going to cost to get the Mini repaired, which I've got some prices and we're not going to do that. So we are going to sell it. And what else have I done?
You were looking for your videos for the static.
Oh yes, so I was searching through my videos and photos. Obviously I don't have anywhere near as many as Tracy, but I've got about 21,000 videos and photos. And I was trying to look back at when we first got the static caravan that we have, and it was the 19th of October 2019. And I have a little video of the lorry that delivered it trying to reverse up the driveway in between the gates. And he was a brilliant driver. He managed to get it literally with an inch either side of the gates, didn't he? So we're looking into another static caravan, and I've been getting in touch with suppliers of second-hand 3-bedroom static caravans. So that requires a bit of conversation and emails with various companies. We also need to find a transport company. I also need to think about plumbing and electricity for it, and groundwork preparation. And as anybody knows, when you sit at a desk most of the day and you're focusing, oh yes, slightly important stuff like chasing accountants for the mortgage. They just need to check the VAT situation for all of the businesses we have here, and which entity is going to be best to borrow the money to rebuild the shippen. Now, we've been trying to do this for at least the last year, and it all sort of came together sort of the end of November, December time. Sorry, that's Woody barking. I don't know what he's barking at. I'm just sending some more information to another bank who potentially will be a lender. So that's been our day today, hasn't it? And we've watched the sleet coming down from the kitchen window. And it's been nice to be in the warm, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The ground is lovely and crunchy this morning because it's frozen. So it's much easier to walk on than the mud. I was just admiring the house, obviously on the left here, where it's beautifully painted white and it just looks so fresh and crisp. We're very lucky that we did it last year. What you can see further along here is the other side of the shippen, which I don't think we get to show you that often. Then the rest of the house that isn't painted, and then continues along to where the shippen is. It's still got some old windows in, And then just there behind that tree, I must move that sheeting. It blew over in the wind. It just makes us look untidy, doesn't it? So I'm here with the sheep, just about to give them some food. Hey, Zenica? Pfizer can't wait. Hey, Pfizer. Look at that. That's not very good filming. But their coats, it obviously hailed in the night, and it's literally just frozen to their coats. But it's such a beautiful day today. Such a beautiful day. This is one of my favourite trees on the farm. As some of you might know, I'm a bit of a tree hugger. I just love them. Oh, yeah, I'll give you food in a minute. Yes. Beautifully quiet. Oh, do you know, that's Zenica jumping up at me. She's saying, she's a bit like a dog. She's saying to me, give me food. Okay, Zenica, I'll give you food. Happy sheepies. Whilst I'm down here, I thought I'd show you one of our cherry trees that came down a few years ago. It's in the little wooded area. Oh, there's a pheasant. That's Woody after it. Luckily, he'll never catch it. Yeah, so a lovely cherry tree that needs to be chopped up at some stage. I don't use chainsaws, so we'll need to get somebody in to do that. And sadly, we realised last year that this tree here, see if I can put my finger on it, this tree here is completely dead. So we could leave that up. However, it's right on the public footpath. And so we do probably need to take it down. Apparently both are good woods for furniture. Up here we've got 2 oak trees that came down after Storm Arwen a few years ago, and I would have liked to have made them into beams for the shipping. However, unfortunately I'm told that they'll have too many knots in to be made into beams, and also they need to be certified as well by building regulations. So I'm thinking I'll just get them chopped up and hopefully made into something like floorboards or shelving. What we need is somebody to come along and with their machine and chop them up on site. That would be the ideal scenario. I'm about to fill the hot tub up because we have guests checking in tomorrow, and because it's so frozen everywhere, the hose pipe was frozen. But I do have water at the back of the cottage, which is great because nobody else has it up here by the barns and the other buildings apart from in the house. But my problem is the hose reel is frozen. So I've just gone up to the top barn to get this hose, which was sitting in the inside, and it's split. There's the split. So I'm going to have to repair that before I fill the hot tub. And actually, I'll just show you here. Lovely and frosty and chilly. It's actually frozen inside as well. So I'm hoping that it will, I mean, I know it will take a bit longer to heat up, because I normally heat the hot tubs up overnight if I can. So we'll give that a go now. I'm a little embarrassed to show you the workshop. I'm not sure if Tracy has shown you before. She may have done. This is Aladdin's cave. Welcome. We have all sorts here, and the roof leaks terribly, so everything gets rusty and damp and soggy. There is a vague organisation to the workshop, but I stress vague, and I dream of a beautiful workshop with everything with a place and everything in its place, so that when I come in, I'm not trying to hunt around for something that somebody's borrowed and then not put back. So I'm trying to repair repair the hose pipe now, and I'm looking for that. My nice new Stanley knife. Oops. My nice new Stanley knife that I had to get because all the others went missing. This poor plant came from the cottage, and we just didn't really have anywhere else for it to go, but it seems to be surviving. The ice is very pretty, isn't it? It's just a bit lethal. Oops. This is the side of the cottage, and as you can see, we've got our LPG gas tank here. It feeds both the house and the cottage, and we're getting through quite a bit of LPG gas at the moment, as you can imagine. I do have a system fitted in the house, a Drayton Weiser system, that you're supposed to be able to adjust all the radiator thermostats individually. I've had it fitted for over a year, and I've been having difficulty with it for over a year. Every time I adjust the temperature in one of the bedrooms, it changes all of them. So it's one of those things that I know I need to spend probably a good 2 to 3 hours sorting it out, but it just doesn't seem to happen. So I'm going to put in my calendar, hopefully one day next week, where I'm just going to focus, she says. That'll be interesting. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the lovely sound of snap, crackle and pop. The grit that I've put down on the driveway. I can't have guests arriving and walking on sheet ice, can I? So we always do the yard, obviously, but the driveway doesn't always get gritted. And actually this sheet ice is probably the worst I've seen it for a few years. So I'm just going to do this area, the area down outside the cottage, and the area where we asked the guests to park. Tamara and I were just talking about the challenges of this lovely weather. So up until earlier today, Frey, what did you do yesterday to get water up to the top barn?
I have to take containers down to the back of the laundry.
Back of the laundry room in the house.
And fill them up there, and then walk them up to by the muck trailer. Then you put them in a wheelbarrow and then wheel them to the yard.
Wheel them onto the yard and then load them up into Arthur. Yeah. And take them down to the boys and girls.
Yeah.
And also deal with any water up here. However, you were looking for extra containers, weren't you?
Yes.
And there was one in the workshop yesterday. What happened to that?
Well, I didn't have a lid, but then I filled it up, lifted it, and the handle came off.
So these containers are a few years old, and so the plastic...
They're old.
Yeah, so the plastic's got brittle. I might have to go out and get a couple of new containers then, because it's going to be freezing like this for a few days, isn't it? So this is where the girls have to carry the water up, and I'm going to show you where we have to go from the back of the house. Needs a bit of a tidy up here. Apologies for the messiness. We've gritted the stones, but as you can see, this is quite slippery, and it's hard work, isn't it, Hazel?
It's definitely hard work. Who needs aerobics when you've got Greenbank?
You helping, Jim? Oh, dear me. Yeah, I'll get another couple. The first job of today is to sort out a leak that has appeared in the main bathroom. It has happened before, but a long time ago, so I'm going to see if I can work out what it is before I call the plumber. And problems with the house come up when we're living in it. And as well as the leak upstairs in the main bathroom, we've actually had a leak into the kitchen as well. And I know that this comes from the shower that is in one of the en-suites. So now I have a day of sorting out leaks in the house and getting the cottage ready for guests. Bailey, would you like to tell everybody what we're doing, apart from playing with ice?
How big it is.
That's massive, isn't it?
Oh. Yeah, so that's cool.
It's very pretty.
What we're doing is we're fixing Mum's bed, essentially, because her bed
Base.
that's the word, is a bit messed up. So we're going to get this to fix it.
Yeah, basically what Bailey means. I bought a new Super King mattress for her bed, and what's happened is the chaps who delivered it said that one of the divan sides has had it basically, and it's dipping in the middle. So by putting the new mattress on it, it will invalidate the warranty of the mattress, and also it will damage the mattress. As a temporary measure, because new Super King divan bases are so expensive, they suggested that we put a piece of board under the mattress, just to as a temporary measure.
So me and Tamara were just on our way to take the piece of wood to Mum's bedroom when she saw this giant puddle of water forming. We have a burst pipe.
It's a week of leaks.
I have no idea what that means, but yeah. Oh God.
Oh, it's just right. Actually, turning it off.
Oh.
Right. I need a Stanley knife or some wire.
Okay.
I'm hoping this will work. I don't think it will because it's loose. Or that might just be a bit of play in the pipe. We shall see. I'm not a plumber. I don't like plumbing, and I once famously drilled through a wall and into a water pipe, and the water came spurting out on my face.
It's like something out of a cartoon.
Yes, it was. You'd have laughed your head off, Bailey.
I thought it was
Luckily at the time I had a lodger who was quite handy, could do plumbing bits. So I called him up and said, Neil, please, I've just drilled through a water pipe, and luckily he came and sorted it out. If this doesn't work, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. So unsurprisingly, that didn't work.
Oh.
Under here somewhere, I have a box of plumbing parts. And what I need to do is find one that will cap off that pipe. Fun Saturday.
Yay.
Fun Saturday. One day we'll have a nice tidy workshop with everything where it needs to go and labelled. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Now this is my box of old shower bits and pieces, so I don't think I'll have a part in there. That shouldn't be in there, nor should that. So I'll take those out. All of these things will come in handy when we do the shipping, and of course when we build the shipping, the water where it's leaked, all of that will be inside. We will have taps on the outside, but the reason that the water freezes up every year up to the main barn and everywhere else is because the water feed comes out of the back of the house and it's just encased in insulation.
Actually, it's because one year we went to Elsa's castle and we made fun of her. So she cursed us. So she cursed us that every single winter we get frozen water.
That took me a minute to realise you were relating that to Frozen.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Yes, so when the shipping is done, all of the water to the barn will be underground, so it won't freeze.
Woo!
Woo! Ah, here we go. So here we have a box of pipe fittings.
Lovely.
That's not what I need, but hopefully I'm going to find something that will be suitable in here. If not, we'll then have to drive for 25 minutes and go to a B&Q or something. Look at your face, Bailey.
Can we get Costa while we're out?
No.
Damn.
Luckily, we found an end cap
Yay!
in the workshop, and I've just YouTubed how to fit it because I didn't really know. What did we do before YouTube?
Nothing. YouTube came before humans.
Okay, Bailey, would you like to pass me?
The end cap tube thingy.
Do we think that's going to work? It should do.
That's our last option.
Well, it's not. We have to go and find.
It's the last option I'm willing to help with.
That's not very helpful.
Well,
Right.
I don't know.
For now, that will have to do. I've just checked the weather forecast and it's not going to freeze tonight and for the next few nights. So I'm going to just pop it there and I will get a proper fitting when I next go out. Having dealt with the 3 leaks, I was on a roll, so decided that whilst Tracy was away, we'd make a start on clearing out the rubbish from the shippen and taking it to the local tip and recycling centre. We're ready to go to the tip.
Are we leaving Bailey?
Bailey is squidged in
With a
amongst the
chair.
rubbish with a chair.
By the way.
He's complaining.
Come on.
It's Sunday and look, Michael's here. Look at that tan.
On a Sunday.
And he one off on a Sunday. So apparently he's spent since coming back from holiday, he's spent time painting the windows for Hoyts and Jobber's house, and he's just about to bring some sand in for doing the rendering. Michael then brought over his trailer for us to put all the scrap metal in. He'll take it to the scrap metal merchant and get whatever it's worth to keep. I needed it gone. In the past, I've hired a skip and got paid the value of the scrap. However, this was only a small amount to get rid of today, so not worth hiring a skip. Getting there slowly. As you can see, Bailey's working hard at being himself.
I heard my name.
Bailey decided to use his bottom as a sled. You're not going any further?
Stuck.
And wet. So I've just picked Mum up from Age UK in Grange, which is where she volunteers twice a week. It's her happy place. And we're just driving home, and I had to stop because I wanted to show you this most amazing sunset. It's just stunning, absolutely stunning. There's an owl making noises somewhere in the dark. Did you hear that? I love hearing the owls. It's a very clear night. Stars and planes and owls